the Emperor of Mankind. He is the most powerful human psyker to have ever lived, a figure whose psychic abilities elevate him to a near-divine status. Born of the collective reincarnation of ancient shamans, his psychic strength encompassed precognition, telepathy, biomancy, and mastery over the warp. His foresight has allowed him to influence human history for millennia, guiding mankind toward unity. He can communicate over immense distances in the galaxy and exert his influence over entire populations. At the height of his abilities, he could heal the wounded with just a touch and restore failing technology. His duel with Horus in the original lore remains the most famous demonstration of his power, obliterating a Primarch empowered by all 4 Chaos gods at once. The Emperor's psychic might obliterated Horus's soul entirely, an act so immense it shattered the War Master's body and left the Emperor mortally wounded and left him confined to the Golden Throne. His continued presence on the Golden Throne sustains the Aetaos'rau'keres, a psychic lighthouse that guides the Imperium's starships through the alternate dimension known as the Warp. It is located on Terra, and its signal is the only reliable point of reference for navigators attempting faster-than-light travel across interstellar space distances, and has become the Imperium's most crucial lifeline. His psychic shields also repel demons, while his control keeps rogue human psykers in check before they can tear open rifts into the warp. In terms of classification, he is so incredibly powerful that no human scale can truly encapsulate his essence, which is why he is worshipped as a god. Magnus the Red. The Crimson King stands out as the most powerful of the Primarch Psykers and has risen to the rank of Demon Prince of Tzeentch. With incredible psychic abilities, he could manipulate the warp, and he is also a sorcerer with unmatched skills in telepathy, telekinesis, divination, and biomancy. Magnus the Red gained his immense psychic power through a combination of innate talent, years of intensive study, and eventually a series of catastrophic bargains with the Chaos God of Change. He can unleash blasts of raw psychic energy capable of destroying even titans. Magnus can also reach into minds, subvert the will of his victims, and turn them against their own allies. His precognition abilities allow him to see the future and find the path to victory. Magnus was designed by the Emperor to be an unrivaled psychic powerhouse, with a natural affinity for the raw energy of the warp. His potential was so vast that he was able to communicate with the Emperor psychically while still an infant in his stasis capsule. Magnus's pod landed on Prospero, a remote world settled by human psykers. Raised by these scholars, Magnus voraciously absorbed all their mastery of the psychic arts, including forbidden knowledge, quickly surpassing his teachers. Fast forward to the Council of Nicaea, he boldly confronted the Emperor's wards with sheer willpower, showcasing his psychic strength. During the heresy, he even managed to reach out to the Emperor directly by breaking through Terra's psychic defenses, a move that ultimately led to the downfall of the Emperor's Webway project. After aligning himself with Tzeentch, Magnus's power only grew. As a demon Primarch, he has been known to break entire Space Marine chapters with his sorcery alone and has banished greater demons in one-on-one confrontations. His mastery over the warp makes him one of the most dangerous beings in existence. Malcador the Sigillite. He was the Emperor's right-hand man during the Great Crusade and the Horus Heresy, celebrated as one of the most powerful psykers of his time. Even though he was mortal, his abilities were so immense that he stood second to the Emperor in both sorcery and governance. Malcador was a master of telepathy and foresight, acting as the Emperor's regent, standing in during council meetings and battles. Malcador had the remarkable ability to hide his presence from even the most talented psykers and influence minds. His foresight played a crucial role in establishing the Inquisition and creating the Grey Knights. During the Siege of Terra, Malcador's powers peaked. He took the Emperor's place on the Golden Throne, maintaining the Aetaos'rau'keres for a full day. This monumental effort reduced his body to ash, but it showcased his psychic prowess in a final act of sacrifice for humanity. Malcador could also protect sanctuaries from demons and shield his allies from psychic assaults. His remarkable achievements helped ensure the Imperium's survival, even in its bleakest moments. While he wasn't a warrior in the traditional sense, his psychic impact shaped the very institutions that continue to define the Imperium today. Eldrad Ulthuan. By far, he is the most talented Farseer of Craftworld Ulthwé and arguably the most powerful psyker among the Eldar since the Fall. His extraordinary abilities blended remarkable foresight with a deep mastery of Eldar witchcraft, enabling him to influence the destinies of entire sectors. Eldrad's precognition is nothing short of legendary. He foresaw the Horus Heresy and made efforts to alert the Emperor. Throughout his life, he skillfully maneuvered both Imperial and Eldar events to prevent calamities, often choosing to sacrifice immediate victories for the sake of long-term survival. On the battlefield, Eldrad is a master in both destructive and manipulative powers, from mind control to psychic storms and protective wards. He wields runes of warding to increase his defenses against demonic forces. Eldrad could channel psychic energy through witchblades, enhancing his combat prowess while harnessing the strength of seer councils. In his later years, he partially awakened the Eldari god of the dead, Ennead, during the Battle of Port Demesnus, a pivotal moment that led directly to the Night of Revelations in Kamara and the birth of the Inari faction. Eldrad then became a staunch supporter of Yvraine, the high priestess of Ennead, believing that the god of the dead offered the only viable path to salvation for the Eldari race. Eldrad also tried to change the future to protect his people. He started a big war to save thousands of Asuryani lives, warned the city of Iyanden about a deadly alien threat, and kicked off major battles like the Senapan Scouring and Mortis Annihilation. Some people didn't like how he did things, but thanks to ability to see the future, he saved countless lives. Ahriman, the chief librarian of the Thousand Suns, is known for his mastery of sorcery and the creation of the rubric that bound his legion. His psychic powers span destructive blasts, transmutation, telepathy, and necromancy, all refined by centuries of warp study. His greatest feat is the Rubric of Ahriman, a powerful spell to stop the Thousand Suns from mutating into monsters. It worked, but with a terrible twist. Most of the Legion had their bodies turned to ash, leaving only their souls trapped inside armor as silent, mindless Rubric Marines. Only the strongest sorcerers survived intact, gaining even greater powers. This single act reshaped the Thousand Suns and demonstrated sorcery on a galactic scale. As a super powerful sorcerer, Ahriman can summon firestorms, rip holes in reality, and call demons to fight for him. His magic can control minds or break his enemy's will, and he's protected by spells that block attacks. He uses the Black Staff to boost his powers even more. Ahriman's quest for knowledge drives him to seek the Black Library and ultimate mastery of the Warp. Because of this, he usually wins his duels with Imperial Psykers, Eldar Farseers, and demonic rivals. Mephiston, the Lord of Death and Chief Librarian of the Blood Angels, is the most powerful Psyker among the Adeptus Astartes. His psychic rebirth during the Second War for Armageddon elevated him far beyond normal librarians. Trapped under rubble and racked by the Black Rage, Mephiston conquered the flaw by sheer will. Emerging as something more than a space marine, he now wields abilities such as the Wings of Sanguinius, allowing him to fly, and the Vortex of Doom, annihilating squads or war machines in blasts of warp energy. His psychic might enhances his physical form, granting him speed and strength that rival demons, and he can channel telekinetic force through his sword to empower it. Mephiston's resilience against demonic corruption and psychic assault has allowed him to stand against chaos sorcerers and Tyranid hive tyrants. Though some among the Blood Angels whisper that his powers edge toward dangerous territory, Mephiston remains loyal and the best of the best in psychic potential among Space Marines. Aetaos'rau'keres. Dubbed as the Slayer of Souls, he is a massive bird-like Lord of Change, and one of the greater demons of Tzeentch, the Master Manipulator. His psychic might is immense, so much so that even his most devoted followers hesitate to utter his name aloud. He's able to break spells and unleash deadly warp storms that can destroy whole armies. Just being near him can mess with reality and drive people insane. Some stories say entire squads went mad before he even landed. His magic is so powerful it can destroy massive war machines, erase Psykers instantly, and twist space-time itself. But his mind has been broken by Tzeentch's dark magic, trapped him with layers of magical bindings, and turned him into a furious, unstable being who hates everyone, including the ones who summoned him. Kairos Fateweaver. The two-headed oracle of Tzeentch stands out as a unique Lord of Change, gifted with the ability to see every possible future. His psychic prowess makes him the ultimate seer of chaos, but it also comes with a heavy curse. He struggles with indecision. With one head, Kairos reveals the truth of what's to come, while the other weaves web of lies. This duality reflects the heavy weight of his psychic gifts, as he glimpses countless timelines, yet finds it hard to choose just one. His foresight empowers him to sway the outcome of battles and carry out Tzeentch's intricate plans. During the Horus Heresy, Kairos presented Lorgar Aurelian, Primarch of the Wordbearers, with a pivotal choice that altered the course of galactic history. This moment cemented his role as a manipulator of destiny. Kairos also played key roles in major campaigns such as the Terran Crusade and the invasion of the Stygius sector. His influence extended across millennia, shaping the fate of entire star systems. Rotigus. The Great Unclean One, Rotigus Rainmaker, is a massive demon of Nurgle, the god of disease. He spreads sickness and rot using powerful magic storms called Nurgle's Deluge. These storms infect everything, turning battlefields into swamps of filth. His staff, the Gnarl Rod, helps him cast deadly plagues, and just being near him makes soldiers feel hopeless and afraid. When people pray for help, Rotigus sometimes answers, but instead of saving them, he floods their homes with dirty, disease-filled water. On the planet Dartan, Rotigus turned a Tau colony into a rotting swamp. Their advanced water systems and quarantine tech couldn't stop the infection. Meanwhile, Rotigus played an important role in the Siege of Nebis as a powerful Psyker. Summoned by Mortarian sorcerers, he unleashed warp-born energies that accelerated the Hive world's collapse. His psychic influence made him a supernatural catalyst for the planet's downfall. In battle, magic attacks don't hurt him much as he turns them into more disease. Even if someone defeats him, he comes back later, even nastier than before. Erandel Voidsinger. An ancient Eldari Farseer from Craftworld Kalor, Erandel is celebrated for her extraordinary psychic prowess and prophetic vision. Her accomplishments go beyond the usual realms of psychic warfare. As a prominent member of the Conclave of Tears, Erandel has lived since the fall of the Eldari Empire, witnessing the rise of the Imperium of Man and countless other monumental events. Her psychic skills are deeply rooted in the disciplined traditions of the Asuryani Farseers. Her mind has withstood encounters with entirely alien consciousnesses, and she has access to the Black Library, the most secretive storehouse of chaos knowledge hidden within the Webway. Voidsinger has fought alongside the war hosts of every major craft world and even journeyed through the Kamara, the home of the Dark Eldar, and it is said to be impossible for outsiders to find. She has witnessed the Harlequin's great dance more than any other Eldari and has shared counsel with a solitaire, a rare privilege among her people. The Doom of Malan'tai. This was a monstrous Tyranid bioform, notorious for its psychic hunting and destruction of the Eldar craft world Malan'tai. What set the Doom apart from other Tyranid creatures was its extraordinary warp-based ability to devour not just physical beings, but the very souls of its prey. As a psychic predator, it siphoned off spiritual energy through a devastating aura that intensified with every life it consumed. This made it particularly deadly against the Eldar, whose souls are deeply connected to the warp. The Doom's most catastrophic act was the total annihilation of Malan'tai, where it gorged itself on the souls of thousands, leaving the craft world a hollow, lifeless shell floating in the void. The destruction of Malan'tai stands as one of the most notorious psychic massacres in the annals of galactic history. The Doom's ability to bypass standard defenses and devour entire populations through warp resonance earned it a unique classification among bioforms. The Cacodominus. This entity of unknown origin was believed to be a cybernetic Xenos psyker of incredible power, notorious for sparking one of the most devastating psychic disasters in the Imperium's history. In the 34th millennium, it managed to psychically dominate the inhabitants of 1,300 Imperial planetary systems, plunging the Catalexis sector into chaos without firing a single shot. Just its voice alone could project psychic control across light years, causing mayhem in communications, navigation, and even driving countless beings to the brink of madness on a galactic scale. In response, the Black Templars launched a crusade to eliminate this entity, and while they ultimately succeeded, it came at an enormous cost. As the Cacodominus met its end, it let out a final psychic scream so intense that it echoed through the warp, shattering the minds of millions of astropaths, distorting the Astronomicon, and plunging the Imperium into a vast blackout. This catastrophic event, known as the Howling, led to the loss of countless starships and the descent of entire subsectors into barbarism. Tigurius. The chief librarian of the Ultramarines possesses incredible psychic skills, particularly in divination. This enables him to predict enemy movements with remarkable accuracy, frequently shifting the momentum of battles. Tigurius harnesses his psychic abilities to unleash powerful manifestations, raging storms of warp energy, mind-bending blasts, and protective barriers that guard his brothers against demonic threats. His legendary resilience against psychic attacks allows him to stand strong even when facing the most devious entities from the warp. One of his most impressive achievements was during the defense of HR4, where his foresight helped the Ultramarines outsmart Tyranid swarms and save the planet. He also played a crucial role in the Battle of Macragge's Shadow, where he provided psychic shields to entire strike forces, protecting them from hive mind interference. Lorgar Aurelian. The Primarch of the Word-Bearers might not have been born with the same raw psychic talent as Magnus the Red, but his loyalty to chaos transformed him into a powerful sorcerer. His journey into the arcane arts began during the Pilgrimage, a spiritual quest across the galaxy where he honed his abilities in demonic summoning and warp manipulation. By the time the Horus Heresy came around, Lorgar's sorcery had reached a level that rivaled his most skilled brothers. He could summon entire legions of demons and twist reality with dark rituals. His manipulation of Horus on Davin was a masterclass in psychic and ideological influence, guiding the War Master down a path that would plunge the Imperium into civil war. He founded the Covenant, a group of word-bearers sorcerers dedicated to spreading chaos cults across the galaxy, many of which continue to flourish within the Imperium even today. He also penned the Book of Lorgar, a controversial text that acts as both scripture and a psychic link for demonic rituals. After his ascension into a demon prince, he transformed into a nearly indestructible sorcerer warlord, boasting psychic resilience and warp mastery that surpasses most greater demons. Although he now lives in self-imposed exile within the warp, many chaos factions hold onto the belief that he will eventually make his return during the final days of the Imperium. Thank you for watching my rundown of the most powerful psykers in the 40k universe. Click here for more videos and see you in the next one.